Steve Bannon with Responsive Respiratory. Welcome back. Continuing with the CGA 540 connection, the first thing you're going to want to do is inspect the valve and the regulators. Very similar to the CGA 870. A little bit different connection. In this instance, here's your outlet from this cylinder, and it's going to connect via CGA 540 with a nut. To install, you're simply going to make sure your regulator is already in the off position, and you're going to hand tighten your nut onto the valve, spinning it clockwise, and then you're going to give it one last hit with your wrench. Again, be careful not to over tighten. Again, we're going to check to make sure the regulator is in the off position and the flow dial reads 0. And this time, rather than using a wrench, you're going to spin the hand wheel counterclockwise to open the cylinder. There's no oxygen in this cylinder, so the gauge isn't going to read or change. Once the cylinder is open, you can move your flow dial to its prescribed setting after you connect your oxygen tubing. To close the cylinder, very similarly, we're going to make sure our regulator is in the off position and the flow dial reads 0. We are going to turn the valve clockwise and then bleed out the regulator. If there's oxygen in the cylinder, the gauge will slowly go down to 0. There's also an audible air leaking out. Once that gauge reads 0, we're going to close the flow dial. Again, using a wrench, this time going counterclockwise. We're going to give the nut a short twist and then spin it to uninstall.